Hey, Envy, welcome in. Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm breaking stuff. Oh, you seen Santa yesterday? What? What? Oh my gosh, my hair is something else. Too much gray. Too much gray, guys. How did you see Santa? Christmas in June? I don't know. I don't get it. What is Christmas in June? Angel Stadium. Good deal. How's everybody doing? Simplify, how are you and Crafty this evening? I'm not doing the best. My back is really, really, really killing me. Hello. How's everybody doing? Oh, I got you. I got you. Well, I'm glad you got to see him. So you got to see Santa Daddy. I got it. I see. We're waiting for a train to come in. Hey, bunnies. There's the raid. Hello, everybody. How are you doing tonight? Tacos and bunnies. You gotta love it. I hope everybody is doing okay. I've not been okay the last 3 or 4 days. I have injured my back to a pretty high degree. But I apologize. I've missed the train today. That was not in my nature to do so. I've just been horrible lately with my mental health. So I'm really glad that we're on tonight and we're talking about mental health. I just wanted to come on tonight and say, first of all, happy Pride Month to everybody. It is Pride Week here in Knoxville, and there has been festivals and wonderful things. And so I know that this is a topic for discussion. Anybody with, I know, but I'm upset with myself. I've got company here. Hi, Cadence, and I just happened to look down. I'm like, what day is this? What day of the week is this? And what time is it? I really didn't even. I didn't even snap that it was Sunday. Until Brian started talking about going to work tomorrow, and I was like, wait, what day is this? I've actually been I've been limiting my time on Facebook. I mean, whatnot, and Facebook. I've been limiting my time on social media in general because I have not had really good mental health with it lately. It just became not fun anymore, and it became a job versus something that I wanted to do for fun. So I think I've talked about that. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, no, no. I'm so glad that I'm here because I did have a topic ready and I'm good to go. And so I just want to say, like, know your limitations on what you need to do to cut yourself back. And I have my June has been to cut myself off of social media. Hey, Tennessee, welcome in. Is to cut myself off of social media on Sundays, and also to do to not do any shows so that I can have downtime and time with my family. But I would never miss this train. Never miss this train. And I'm so glad I looked down and caught the time. So let's talk about this discussion tonight. The discussion is um, first of all, how do you know when a friend is struggling? How do you identify when a friend is struggling? And then how do you talk to them about it? I mean, there's so many ways that disengagement is a very early sign. Absolutely. There's so many ways that we can miss our friends needing help. There are so many ways that we can miss the signs and symptoms of that. And so I think we've talked about those in the past. Um, cutting themselves off from people, um, not participating in things that they would usually participate in, going absent, missing appointments, important appointments, not showing up to work, um, not eating and not sleeping are two big ones. Tennessee, you keep those marbles intact, my dear. You keep them intact. But yeah, so there all those symptoms that we know that you want to talk about, but then how do you bring that up without being overly assertive and trying to validate their feelings without fixing the problem? How many of you have ever had somebody just kind of try and come in and just like try and fix everything and they're not the person to fix it? Have you ever had that happen to you? Yeah, I'm a fixer, so it's very hard for me. Like I've had to learn to step back out of who I am as a person and say, okay, I it's not my job to walk in and to confront somebody and try and fix the situation, but I do want to make sure that they know that I'm there for them and I want to say the right things to validate their feelings. Eat the frog one bite at a time. Yep. So, when talking to someone with depression, skip the forced positivity and try and do open-ended questions, things that are low pressure, things to engage them where they don't feel like you're interrogating them. Um, I told Caden the other day, I think he was feeling a little overwhelmed, and I said, listen, pick one task and pick one thing that you know you can do, and you call that your frog. And if you were going to eat one frog a day and you know you had to eat a frog, would it be the first thing that you did, or would you wait all day long and keep no, you have to eat that frog and be like, oh my God, I have to eat a frog today. And it's just overwhelming the thought of having to eat that frog. Or do you just get it over with first thing in the morning and you eat the frog? You just get it over with. And then you have the rest of your day to be like, hey, I ate my frog today. Now everything else that I do is cake and gravy after that. So it's an analogy. You eat the frog. Eat the frog first thing in the morning. Rex Rufus, thanks for being in tonight. We appreciate you. Todd Webb, welcome in. Ow! So, how do you have those discussions, those very tough discussions with somebody that is struggling or you think maybe struggling? Yes, yes. How do you have those discussions? How do you have those low pressure things that you come into? So, let's talk about low pressure check ins. I know I wouldn't want to eat a frog either, but if I had to, I knew I had to, I'd want to get it over with. So, these are questions that you can say without demanding a heavy emotional response. I've noticed that you have not seemed like yourself lately. Do you want to talk about it? How would you feel if somebody asked you that? Do you feel like that's confrontational to say, "Oh, what do you mean I'm not myself? What are you picking on me? do you- am I not is it not okay for me not to be myself?" Maybe just do you have something you want to talk about, or is there something I can talk that you want to discuss? How are you feeling today? How are you feeling today? That's a great one. And don't if you know a friend is struggling, don't accept okay as an answer. That's when you can kind of go in a little bit deeper and say, you know what? I know you're saying okay, but are you really okay? Like you can prompt that and say, is there anything at that point? Is there anything you want to talk about? Um, what's been feeling heavy for you lately? Or it seems like something's been on your mind. Is there anything you want to talk about? These are low pressure ways to breach that discussion with your friends to say, I care about you and I really want to hear what you have to say without saying, you're losing your marbles, Tennessee. That's not how we say things. We don't say you're losing your marbles. I'm here to talk to you. But then you may have a friend that you have that comfortable relationship with, that's something that they would identify with. I mean, honestly, you know your friend best, but just be fragile to their situation and say things that are open ended and low pressure. Because if you come at them and say, look, you've not been yourself lately, and I want to know what's going on, that may put walls up where they don't feel comfortable enough talking about it. So the best thing you can do is offer support. When they do talk to you and you don't understand it, I'm fine and help me. Oh, that's probably very profound. A good way to offer support is to say, look, I may not understand exactly what you're going through, but I care about you and I want to help. That is, I think, one of the best things that you can say to somebody who's really struggling is like, look, I can't, because, I know how you feel. Sometimes can feel very like turned back to you. That turns the attention back to you to say, you know what, I've been there and I've done that, and I'm here to fix that. That's not what they need to hear, probably in that moment. More like, I may not understand exactly how you're feeling, but I do care about you and want to help. Leaves that completely open to say that, hey, I'm not 100% sure what you're going through, but I just want to be here for you. How can I help you? How can I support you? Another really, really great and comforting thing to say is, you don't have to go through this alone. Wow. I can't tell you the number of times that I have felt alone in my own mental health, and sometimes even my physical health struggles. Like, I just feel like sometimes I'm on an island and I have to solve everything. I have to do everything. I have to row my own ass across the ocean to get where I'm going. How many of you feel like that? Just so isolated that there's nobody else out there for you. Chances are there's probably people who want to help you. Chances are that there are people who are trying to help you and you may not see those signs. So open up your heart if you are on the other end of the depression or the anxiety, to know that there are people out there for you. But if you have a friend who's in that situation, just letting them know they're not alone is such a boost to mental health. Just to know that there's a lifeline out there. There's somebody to throw you that raft and be on the end of that rope pulling you in, is a huge breath of fresh air and relief. I want to say, first of all, also thank you to Sexy Moose, who has made this train such a big part of, I think, people's journey to be able to talk about things that are bothering them, and also to have like that resource to come to every month, that you have those numbers, 988 call for help. There's specific suicide hotlines for soldiers. The more we talk about depression, anxiety, and the tendencies of suicide, the less of a stigma they have. And it's because of people like Sexy who put these things on that make it a safe place to talk about. We should be able to talk about our mental health in any genre of life that we're in, but we've made it this thing that we have to be secretive about, because for many years, like, I mean, literally, you go back to the Salem witch trials. If you were just a little bit off, having a bad month, having a bad couple of months, I mean, they saw depression and anxiety as literally being something that to chase after you with the pitchforks. Nightmare in 1984. I haven't seen you. It's been so long. King Pinky, welcome in. It's good to see you. So, yeah. So, the thing of is we should be able to talk about our mental health in any state of life, and to anybody, and not have that feeling that we are doing something bad, or that having a mental health crisis or having a mental health instability is wrong. We should be able to talk about that in any avenue. And that's what this train is all about, and I'm thankful for it. So I'm here whenever you want to talk. I'm here whenever you want to talk. Wow, that is, and mean it. Like, don't say, I'm here if you want to talk. Say, I'm here whenever you want to talk. And then be available. Give them that number that you have, that phone number. If you really say that and you really mean it, give them that number that isn't blocked if you're down, because listen, mental health crisis has happened 24/7, and if you're that person's person, be there for them if you've said that. So because I think a lot of times we'll say, you know what, if you ever want to talk, I'm here, but then maybe we're not available, or we don't make ourselves available, or we see that phone call and we hit the mute button, or oh, I'll call him back later. Sometimes there's not that opportunity to call back later. I can definitely tell you that I have been on the other end of that, and I say answer the call, and then talk to him for a few minutes. And if it's something that is a crisis situation, then deal with it. But if it's not, say, you know what, hey, I just sat down to dinner. Is it okay if I call you at 9 o'clock? You're not telling them that you're not being there for them at that particular moment. You're just saying, let's schedule a time here very quickly and we'll talk about this. But if it's a crisis, I hope you answer the phone. So, another one that you can say offering support is, would it help to talk? Or would you prefer if we just sat quietly together? Do you have somebody in your life that you can sit quietly with? Because that is such a comfort. It's such a comfort to just sit in silence and not have to talk about anything, but just feel comforted by the presence of somebody that you love and that you know loves you. I have a friend like this, and we can literally sit on either ends of the couch, munching on Doritos and not say a word for an hour. But as long as we're together and we're in the same room, like, it's comforting. And I know if I ever do want to open up and I do want to talk about something, she's going to be there for me. So just saying that, hey, if you don't want to talk, I don't mind just sitting with you and keeping you company. And if you want to talk, I'm here for you. No pressure. No pressure. That's a big one. And then the next one, the biggest support that you can say, is there anything that I can do to support you right now? What can I do to help you through this situation right now? And it may be just, look, there's nothing you can do to help me out of this situation. I think people feel like that a lot. I know I feel like that a lot. I feel like I have to solve my own problems all the time. And that gets overwhelming and overbearing. And that's part of what causes our mental health problems in the first place, is that we get into this endless cycle of nobody can do what I do my way. and, and nobody can help me. Like, I can't accept help. So it is important that you identify, what can I do to help you? I know you feel like maybe there's nothing I can do, but I mean, you want me to help you with your dishes right now? Or like, if you're in proximity to them, like, hey, can I paint your nails? Like, I know that sounds kind of weird, but sometimes when you're just a best friend with somebody and they're just not feeling the best, like, hey, can I straighten your hair? Can I do your nails? Can I you want me to help reorganize this bookshelf? Like, any little thing, if somebody's feeling overwhelmed, ask, what can I do to help you? And then if they say, well, right now I have this and this, and you just can't help me, and say, well, I could help you with that if it's on the list, and see if they'll take you up on it. Some people just are not good at accepting help. That's where those other things come in, to say, I may not understand what you're going through, but I care about you and I really want to help. You don't have to go through this alone. Can I punch you in the face? Absolutely. I would duck, but my mama paid way too much for these teeth and all those years of braces to take a punch in the face, but I can offer somebody else's face up. Can I do that? Like, if it does, it have to be my face, or can it be any face? Stop, sexy. All right. So then, collaborative questions, opening up those questions where they have to answer back. What is the best way for me to help you? So if they won't respond to, is there anything I can do to support you right now? Then you can say, what specifically can I do to help you? What's the best way? Like, what is it that what can I take off of your plate right now? Open-ended questions. The best. What helped the last time that you were feeling this low? What did you do to pull yourself out of the situation? And if it's the first time they've had that situation, great. you were in the right place at the right time to help somebody. And this is the perfect opportunity to get them to definitive help. Maybe you say, I don't know how to help you through this, but I know a number we can call and sit with them while they're on the phone. I know a number that you can call to help you through the situation. When things feel helpless, there are people waiting to speak with you around the clock who are trained professionals. And I would love to help you make that phone call. Dial 988 with them. um and then if it's not their first time, what helped you last time that will make you feel better in this situation? Is there anything you've done in the past that will help you? Yes. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So and then, hey, would you like me to come over and hang out? Maybe we can watch a movie. Or if it's they're feeling overwhelmed because of a situation, um hey, I understand you're feeling overwhelmed right now. Would you like to come over and watch a movie? Like, for me, a lot of times my house overwhelms me. I have a giant house. I am not in the best of health half the time. Like right now, I can barely walk. My housework is like the hardest thing in the world for me. Sometimes just getting away from it makes a big difference. Of course, when I come back, it's all right there waiting for me. But if I have a different viewpoint, Lumi, welcome in. If I have a different viewpoint where I've been out of the house, I've gone to visit somebody, I've gone to get a ice cream, or just had a few moments away from it, I can come back and start over again. Oh, yeah, I have a corner. I have a corner of my house that's at the bottom of my steps. Of course, it's down the bottom of my steps, but I sit there a lot and I just listen to the birds. And if it's at night, I watch the lightning bugs, or sit and listen to the crickets. There's a bullfrog in my neighborhood. I don't know where he is, but he has like the most amazing croak. These things help me feel a little bit better, and then I can come back in and pick up at least one thing and eat my frog. Eat my frog. I know. I do like frogs, but I wouldn't want to eat one. So, things that you can do to make your own mental health. You can also ask other people, what makes you feel better? Would it help if we took a walk around the block? Um, would it help if we went for a drive? I remember this awesome day. It was awful for her, but it wound up being an awesome day for me. And it's one of the best memories that my daughter and I have. She's, she was 16, 15, maybe. I don't know how old she was, but she was having a bad day. She was having a very, very rough mental health day. And she said, Mom, she says, I just need to get in the car and we just need to drive. And we started driving and the moon was big and bright. And she said, Mom, let's see if we can catch the moon. And we drove for probably 35 minutes, just getting as close as we could to the moon. And it would go beyond a mountain, and we would wait till we hit a crest and we would see it again, and we would both squeal in delight. And, that chasing of the moon was a moment where she was able to completely escape from the issues that she had. And then while we were in the car, I said, hey, what's going on? Is there something that you want to talk about? And she told me the situation. And when we got back home, she says, Mom, we need to chase the moon more often. And every now and then I'll ask her, I said, okay, do you want to go chase the moon? And it's just a time that we have in the car. We put on an album that makes us feel good. We listen to songs on the radio, and things just feel a little bit better when you have that one-on-one time with somebody that you love and that loves you. So find a way to chase the moon, whatever that is for you, and that person. Find that connection that says, I'm here for you, and let's go and do this. Maybe it'll make you feel better this time. And maybe you have to change it up. Chasing the moon has not always worked with the big lifetime problems that my daughter's going through now. So I will say something totally different. Like, do you think it would help if you took a shower right now and maybe that cold, cool water will help? Or would you like a cool, wet washcloth? Or what can I do right now just to make this moment feel a little less intense so that you can think about it and we can come up with some sort of solution together? Or just to have those moments where you can be able to think a little more clearly in the situation. So, things you don't want to say is, "Oh my God, do you know how good you have it? Like you have a roof over your head, you have food." Like I catch myself with that. Like it's not about the things. It's not about the outlook of you have it made. Like that's not what mental health is about. It's never about how good or how bad somebody has it. It's about what's going on in that moment that can make a change in an outlook. And definitely telling them that just think positive or snap out of it, or I don't understand why you can't be happy. Like these things are just so hurtful and they're not supportive at all. So there's a lot of places that you can go and you can talk about this. Thank you so much. Sometimes I just, what makes me feel like a bad mom is when I can't solve the problems. And then I realize that I'm not supposed to solve the problems. I'm not supposed to be the one that fixes everything. And that is the hardest thing as a parent. It's also extremely hard as a friend to not swoop in there and just fix everything, because that's not what's needed in a mental health crisis. You cannot fix the situation. You can only be there for support while they work on fixing the solution themselves, because it has to come from inside their own brain to get to a place where they can manage whatever's going on in their own mind. I can tell you that that's been the hardest thing for me as a mom and as a friend, to not be able to just make everything better. Never ever in my life have I wished more for a magic wand than when it comes to fixing mental health. Yes, yes, it's so hard. I am too. I have been my whole life. And I could fix, if I had a magic wand, it would 100% be that I would go through and I would sparkle fairy dust all over everybody, and everybody would feel jolly and happy and never have to deal with anxiety and depression and medical problems. But that's just not the realization and the reality of this world. So these are things that you can have those discussions about. And then, you know, who do you talk to after that? Like, where do you go from those moments where you've gotten somebody to open up to you and now you know that they need definitive help? If somebody would put in the chat the numbers, I know 988 is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Um, that is a great resource, not only for the person who is in crisis, but it's okay for you to call too and say, I have a friend in crisis and I need help. Can you please help me to know what to do in this situation? Um, the other thing, guys, if they are in severe crisis and you do believe in your heart of hearts that they are potentially going to take their own life or they're going to self harm, there is no shame in you calling 911 for them, because I would much rather have a friend extremely pissed off at me than dead. So please know that it is a very, very difficult situation that you've been put in, to know when you should call 911 and when you shouldn't. And I would always say that you are the one that's in the situation and you know your friend or your loved one the best. And if you can prevent that from happening, they'll come around. They'll come around when they get to a place in their mental recovery that they can see that you were intending to help, they will come back around. But what they can't come back from is death. And 911 is your first initial resource for making sure that they're safe. They can get a crisis prevention team out if your city has that. And if not, then they will get them to definitive care, a hospital where they can receive the help that they need. Um, it's tough. It's tough because that's trusting that the police are going to follow through and do what they need to do. But don't just call the cops and say, yeah. Yes, 988 before you need 911. And that's when you call 988 and ask, what do I do in this situation? And they'll direct you. But you can't just walk away from it after that. If you've made that decision that they're going to hurt themselves and it's imminent danger for you and for them, don't walk away. As Follow the ambulance to the hospital, follow the sheriff's department to the hospital, follow whoever comes and picks them up to the hospital, and let that person know, hey, I'm here for you when, if you get released, or I'm here for you whether you need me to go get you clothes, or you need me to call your mom, or you need me to let your dog out, or whatever the situation is. If they're getting help and they're going to need your assistance more than ever, don't walk away from them. They're going to need you. So, um, what is the best response in a situation? The best thing that you can do is you come at them with love. You've just got to love your friends and your family, and come at them softly. It's very, very hard. I think the more attached we are to the person, the closer we are to someone, the harder it is for us to have our conversation be as supportive as we would like it to be, because we tend to be ourselves more with people that we love, right? And like me, I've heard myself say to a loved one, you have so much to be grateful for. I don't understand why you can't be happy. And I know that that's not the most important thing, or even a supportive thing at all to be saying. And I'm working on that. And I'm working on not saying that. So just remember, take a step back, take a deep breath, and remember, what would I want said in this situation? How would I want to be talked to? And how can I turn this situation not about how I feel about it in this moment, but how can I get them talking about how they feel in this moment? So that's really what the conversation is about tonight, is just being the most supportive in the responses that you give. So, um is there any questions that I can answer for you guys? By the way, this is from the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance. That's where we got the information for this tonight, and I just wanted to maybe just put some ideas in your head if you are dealing with somebody that you love, that you need to have that discussion with, or hopefully these questions will be in the back of your mind whenever you do come across somebody who needs that help, or maybe you are the person who needs to help yourself, and you have those same questions that you would ask somebody else. Be your own best friend and ask yourself, okay, I am in a crisis at this particular moment. What can I do to make myself feel better? What did I do last time to get myself out of this deep mental funk? What can I do to help myself? Um, don't talk to yourself the way that you wouldn't want to be talked to. Don't tell yourself you have so much to be thankful for. Snap out of it. Don't say those things. You wouldn't say that to somebody else, right? So don't say them to yourself. Like, be your own best friend in a moment when you need it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do, guys, right now. Is I am limiting things that have been stressing me out to no end. I have been just trying to catch my breath and do the things that bring me joy. And also just try and catch up on life, things that I've been putting off that make me feel overwhelmed. Eating them frogs. If you can be successful in a day and you feel like you've made a little bit of a difference in your own day, and the things that have been overwhelming you, it is only going to help your mental health in the slightest bit of ways. So do the things that are hard, because those things also, when they're accomplished, do make you feel better. That's one thing that I can say for myself and a lot of people that I talk to who are in situations like this, is if I can just get a major thing done in a day, I usually feel better about life. So that's the discussion for tonight. Is there anything that anybody would like to talk about? Did you guys enjoy the rest of the train? I almost swiped on bunny stuff. I'm like, Rochelle, you have no money. That's another thing. Don't overspend on whatnot. It will get you depressed. So are you, my dear. So are you. I am a very I'm a very uh hurt person right now. My back is killing me. I do too. Yeah, I feel it has. I feel like things like this, like I said earlier, things like this really make the whole mental health community a better place to be in because we can have those open discussions. Like, you know, when somebody asks you, "How are you doing today?" It's okay to say, "I'm not okay, but I will be." Or, "I've been struggling lately, but I appreciate you really asking." Like, we can actually say to each other that we're not okay. And then if somebody tells you that, to say, "Look, I'm not okay." You can just go right back and say, "You know what? You're right. It's okay to not be okay. Is there anything I can do to help you?" Like, just have that discussion with somebody. You never know when a stranger on a bus could just need somebody to be kind to them. You never know when somebody in a store just needs somebody to be kind to them. I walked past somebody. I'm a very empathetic person. I walked past somebody at the store the other day and I could feel how extremely heavy they were. They were not anybody that I knew. I'd never seen them before. I probably will never see them again. It's a big city I live in, but I could just feel how heavy they were. It was very apparent, and their shoulders slumped, their head was down. Um I instantly felt like this little black cloud go over my head, and I just wanted to cry, and I wanted to run up to them, and I wanted to hug them, and they'd be like, "Who the hell is this fat girl throwing herself at me?" But I could feel it so heavily, and I literally let them walk past me. I went around the other side of the aisle, and I came back around, and I kind of lingered in the area for a little bit of a minute, and I said, "You know what? What do I do in this situation? Like, I'm going to seem like this crazy person approaching this total stranger." Went back out of the aisle, came back around, and I finally just walked up to her and I said, "Hey, how are you doing today? What are you shopping for?" She looked at me kind of strange, and I said, "Honestly," I said, "I just wanted to make sure you're okay. Is there something I can do for you?" And she looked at me and she said, "I'm just having a really bad moment." And I said, "Well, is there something you're looking for in the store I can help you with? Or are you just walking?" I said, "You want me to walk with you?" And she says, "No." She said, "You know what? Just having you come up to me snapped me out of where I was thinking about. And I feel like I can carry on with where I was going." She said, "But thank you so much for reaching out to me." She goes, "I was just in a dark place." And I instantly felt her change a little bit. Like, she walked away from me. She wasn't shuffling her feet as bad. She was walking. I mean, I could still tell that she's I know, I'm crazy. I am a little crazy, and I'm sure that she thought I was crazy, but I really just said, "Look, I just feel like you just needed to hear from somebody, and I wanted to make sure that you're okay." And she understood that, and she totally got it, and I felt a way less weird after I walked by her. But if I wouldn't have stopped and talked to her, it would have kept me up that night. I would have that what happened to that lady? I wonder what she was going through. Why did she feel so heavy? And who am I not to? Who am I not to stop and ask somebody if they're okay? I would really want somebody, a total stranger, I don't care, come up to me and say, "Are you okay?" I would say, "No, can you buy these $450,000 worth of groceries I need?" I'm just kidding. But, you know, yeah, just be careful approaching strangers. I will say that. And it's only eggs and milk. You are so right. You are so right. But that's the kind of person that I want to meet on the street. I want to meet somebody who's going to go outside of their comfort zone and say, "Are you okay? Is there something I can do for you?" Like, I don't know. She could have just said, "Yeah, I'm short and I can't reach the top thing on the shelf." Like, I don't know. I think I also put out that aura of being helpful because I don't, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing. People will come up to me in the store and say, "Do you know where this is?" Or, "Do you know where that?" "Oh, you don't work here." And I'm like, "No, I don't, but I can help you find it." So I don't know. Maybe I just maybe people will accept me coming at them knowing that I'm just one of those weird people that like to help people. So, but what else is on everybody's mind this week? It is for me. Aw, thank you, baby Huey. It's so good to see you. It was an open-ended question. You like talking to people and strangers when you go to places? Yes. Don't eat the little blue ones. They'll keep you up. I love it. Oh, anything anybody else wants to talk about? Okay, where's shirt this says? I love it. Okay. I'm gonna try and say it this right. Uh, I know I screw it up every time. Taka. Taka. Taka Shife. Is that right? It's not right, is it? I always say it wrong. I want to say it literally, and I know that's not how it's said. She's always graceful and lets me just say whatever. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate you so much. We're talking about mental health today and why it's important to have those difficult conversations with the people you love and how to have them gracefully and without being intrusive and scaring them off. So that's what we were talking about. So if anybody has any questions or if you want to talk about anything, that's what this train is about. This train is about mental health, and we are opening the door for anybody that needs to. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. People who are supposed to be here are here. Listen, I forget that I'm wearing my headbands because I do wear them at home to keep, my hair out of my face, to keep my hair out of my paint, to keep my hair out of my glue gun. And I wear my Shrek ears out. The other day I wore bunny ears out, completely forgot. And somebody was like, "Oh, I like your bunny ears." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm wearing giant bunny ears in the middle of June." And I just forget that I have them on. These are not so bad. Like these aren't bad. Or sometimes I'll get in and forget I have them, but then I'll try and get in the car with the giant pair of bunny ears on, and it reminds me that I don't fit in the car that way. You went to work in your slippers. I love it. Hey, you know what? Slippers make mental health so much better. You just tell your boss that you need to wear slippers for your mental health. All right, guys, if you do not have anything that you need to talk about or want to talk about, we're over our 30-minute time limit. Um, Sexy, is there anybody in the Sexy Moose world that we need to raid out to? And remember, guys, 988 is there for you, and I'm there for you. If y'all ever need to talk, I am really, really bad about the whatnot um, messenger because I don't have the messages turned on for my own mental health. But if you need to reach me and I'm online, please always reach out and online and just red chat it and say, I really need somebody to talk to. And as soon as my show is over, I will reach out to you. And I can attest to that. There are people who are in this chat right now who have needed me that have called or that, and I will tell them, hey, I will call you after the show, and I cut off my show early and I go and talk to them. So I love you two so much. And again, thank you for your grace tonight. I don't know what I did to my back. I am literally I never go to the doctor, but I'm going to the doctor tomorrow because it hurts. Or not tomorrow. Not tomorrow because I have to be there for a friend. Um, I will call and make an appointment. Because I'm really hurting. I'm really hurting. And I have to do shipping from Friday. Thank you. I appreciate that, Judy. I was better, but I'm just doing too much. I need to just lay out and be an old lady that I am. Anybody that we need to rate out to? Oh, no, we can go into the fam show. That sounds good. It's always great to meet new people. Always great. Let's see. Okay, found them. Ooh, they're doing football cards. Okay. I like football. All right. Again, thank you so much for being here, guys. Can we get a round of applause in the Oh, nice. Can we get a round of applause in the chat for Sexy Moose? Because, guys, like I said, she could easily walk away from these trains. She does it 100% free of charge. She gives up her time. She is a host who stays like from start to finish of her trains. She fills in where they're needed. She's just a workhorse, and she doesn't get a penny for it. So I know of, gosh, I think what, 4 or 5 trains you did this week alone. It's a lot. So please make sure that she is appreciated, because this is a great community that she has built up, and her raid trains are wonderful. And this one alone is worth its weight in gold. So thank you, Sexy, for always providing a place where people can be incredibly themselves and be accepted. I mean, showing up in mustaches and slippers and bunny ears and taco suits and rabbit ears and I feel the same. All right, guys. Let's go right out. Drop some moose in the chat. Drop some moosies in. Good night, guys.